morning.
Good morning.
This is going to be a challenging service this morning. Nothing printed off, so we're going to make it happen. Good morning to those of us in the sanctuary and to those who are viewing us online. My name is Chris Monk, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Flint. We are an inclusive, progressive, and LGBTQ affirming church, and we are happy to have you with us. If you would like more information about Unitarian Universalism or our congregation, please feel free to contact one of our ministers or our church office, and that contact information can be found at uuflint.org. Our chalice lighting this morning. For every time we make a mistake and we decide to start again, we light this chalice. For every time we are lonely and we let someone be our friend, we light this chalice. For every time we are disappointed and we choose to hope, we light this chalice. Okay, I told you it was going to be a cool day. Oh my gosh. They both went out. Eleanor, what did you do? And I have no clue how to do this thing.
Pull the trigger.
I know, I am. Okay, pretend it's lit. And the computer went out, so just join me in reciting our covenant, recognizing the richness of diversity, the beauty and wonder of shared worship, and the transforming power of love and service. We gather as a sacred, intentional community to freely seek knowledge and truth, to celebrate the fullness of life, and by our actions to increase goodness and justice. Phones out, computers out, all the lights are out. Hi.
But we're here.
We're here.
But we're here, and that's all that counts now.
All right. Let's see if I can do. You've already said the words?
We have said the words.
You just need somebody that grills. It's lit.
Good job.
Okay. Our opening words are: truth walks towards us on the paths of our questions. As soon as you think you have the answer, you have closed the path and may miss the vital new information. Wait a while in stillness and do not rush to the conclusion, no matter how uncomfortable the waiting is. And we'll take a moment now for meditation. Our meditation words will be said, and then if you will be silent for 1 whole minute, which is hard for me. You can come up and you can light a candle in remembrance, in joy, in concern. And if you want it shared with those in the community, there's a book in the back that you can you can write in. Our words are by Nathan Walker. Breathe in, I am aware of my pain. Breathe out, I am aware I am not my pain. Breathe in, I am aware of my past. Breathe out, I am aware I am not my past. Breathe in. I am aware of my anger. Breathe out. I am aware I am not my anger. Breathe in. I am aware of my despair. Breathe out. I am aware I am not my despair. Breathe in. I am aware of peace. Breathe out. I am aware I am worthy of peace. Breathe in. I am aware of love. Breathe out. I am aware that I am worthy of love. Breathe in. I am aware of joy. Breathe out. I am aware I am an agent of joy. Breathe in. I am aware of hope. Breathe out. I am aware I am an agent of hope. Breathe in. I am aware. Yeah, I know.
Kinsey, the moderator, and the speaker for this week's service. This week's service will be extremely short, not only because of the technical difficulties, which we are having, but because we're going to have a quick meeting afterwards in case anyone has any general questions about General Assembly. And this was announced last week and would be announced again. The only announcement we had was that Miss Jen is our second Sunday donation next week. So if you'd like to look into that, we would appreciate it, and they would appreciate any help you can get. These are troubling times for everybody. Everybody needs help. The talk this week is what's in the box, and it's my idea of what one of my absolute favorite books is, Boys in the Boat. Has anybody else read it besides me? Yeah, wonderful, right? They're even going to make a movie about it. But when I started doing it, there is so much more, and this week kind of, well, especially today, kind of helps things. The printer in the office did not work. One of the cameras is not working. The only trained camera person in this building is me. Don't ever see me in the parking lot with a look on my face. Poor Skylar did, and he is now, thank you, Skylar, in the office or in the sound room running cameras where only one is working, but we're doing the best we can. And that's the best I can tell you, what any of us can. What's in the box? How many of you have ever had a really beautiful wrapped gift and you open it up and you have to look at the person and go, oh, thank you so much. And you're going, on God's earth, why am I getting this? Unfortunately, sometimes this happens to children on Christmas when they open up a box, their first gift at their grandmother's house, and it's underwear. It's like you can tell. We never know what's in the box until we open it, be it a Christmas present, be it a moving box, be it just something that's been stuck in the back of the closet. It can be good, it can be bad, and until you dig till the end, you don't know. And this was true of the rowing team from Washington in 1933. Many, many men tried out for this. Most of them were from fairly middle-class to well-to-do families. And they would trudge up the hill and down in the fall when the weather was bad, and they would get in those boats and they would try and compete for a spot. And they dropped off, and more dropped off, and more dropped off, until you had the final 8. And the final 8 were looked on, some of them, especially Joe Ranks, as, why is he here? Even to be at college. This was a young man that had originally been born into a middle-class family. Then the Depression hit, and his mother died. His father remarried. His stepmother hated him. Enough so that at age approximately 10, he was left with the school teacher during the week and had to sleep in an unheated building in Washington, and then got to come home on the weekends. Well, one day when the school teacher was bringing him home, he saw his mother and father and stepmother and 2 half-sisters in the back of the car leaving. And he said, well, where am I? They said, there's no room for you. And they tapped off and left him. He spent that winter in a cabin. He learned how to scavenge. He learned how to go across the lake, how to hunt, how to steal somewhat, because it was survival. So he had a tough life. For him, being on this rowing boat meant that he could continue going to college. So he didn't have shiny shoes and well-dressed clothes, and he couldn't spend his times talking to the girls that were sitting around and looking so pretty. He had to work. But one of the things he had to do was win a spot on that rowing team. And it was hard. There was lots of competition, and nobody expected it of him. Nor did they expect it from the Washington team at all. They hadn't won. Washington at that point was kind of the out west. It wasn't quite civilized. California, they were semi-civilized. But if you really wanted to have civilization, you had to go to the East Coast, to Yale, to Princeton. Those were the people that knew how to row. And of course, Oxford was going to beat everybody. We just knew that, except Germany. Germany knew they were going to win because this was Hitler's Germany. The Olympics were coming up in 1936. And how could a scruffy American team and a black track star from America win anything against the Hitler elite? Well, they did it. They did it by digging down and finding out what was in their box. At the bottom, they had what it took. They had the tenacity to keep on going. And when you look around at people, we're all boxes. And we don't know what's in each other's box. Sometimes you look at people and think, well, why aren't they helping me more? I have problems. But you don't know what they're going through unless you spend and have a long conversation with them. And that takes time and energy. Another thing that's in our box that's an unlimited amount. None of us have time for this. But sometimes we just give it. And we do, it is a gift that you are giving to somebody, your time and your energy. We say that when we give our offering here, we thank them not only for the treasure, which we do need to keep this place going and hopefully get the cameras fixed, but also the time and talent that it takes to run this place and the spirit of cooperation that comes to this place that all of you have given. If you're looking in your own box and you're going, I have not done what I should, I could have done better, please give yourself grace. We all need forgiveness and grace. We are doing the best we can. And this goes for people you see out in public. Grace and kindness are what is needed most in this world right now. When somebody is super angry and acting inappropriate, remember, you don't know what they've just gone through. They may be just a word I won't say from the pulpit, or they may have had some type of tragedy. They may be limited in some way. You don't know. What is anger, reaching out to anger, do? Nothing except raise your own blood pressure. It won't help you. And we need help. And like I said, this is going to be a very short sermon. So I will say my closing words now for this sermon so that we can have our meeting. And if you want to talk about boys in the boat, please do. I loved it. When the critical moment in a close race was upon you, you had to know something he did not know, that down in your core you had something in reserve, something you had not yet shown, something that once revealed would make him doubt himself, make him falter when it counted most. You have what it takes, and you all do.
We are singing "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple." It's on page 16. turn, turn will be our delight, till by turning, turning we turn round right. You can be seated.
This is our time for generosity. We offer our gifts of time, talent, and treasure to work for justice, to create a safe space for all who come to explore and to heal those who are hurting. We invite you to join us as we take the collection by placing your offering in the basket at the back of the church as you leave, or by an online gift at uuflint.org. All gifts are gratefully accepted.
We talked about Joe Rance, but here's a quote from his father. Look, son, if there's one thing I've figured out about life, it's that if you want to be happy, you'll have to learn how to be happy on your own. So if you'll join with me in extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, not the light truth, warmth of community, the glare of commitment we carry in our hearts until we are together again.